let's look at a do-while loop. So a do-while loop is designed to run a single or multiple lines of code X number of times. X number of times could be 1, 20, or even infinite number of times. And this sounds very similar to a for loop or a while loop, but it's very different than a for loop and just a little bit different than a while loop. So let's look at the structure. The structure of a do-while loop looks like this. So do, then we have a code, another brace, and while. Notice there's a semicolon after that while. And the condition is anything that results in a Boolean. Now, the big difference between a while loop and a do-while loop is that a do-while loop always runs at least once, as it checks the condition at the end to see if it needs to rerun. So a while loop checks it before it runs. A do-while loop runs it at least once, then checks to see if it needs to go back and do it again. So a do-while loop will run through all of this code, then check its condition. If it's true, it runs back to the top, does it again. All right, so let's look at an example here. So I create x, do. So this is going to run at least once. Creates a random number, prints it out, and then if x is less than or equal to 3, it will do it all again. So it'll keep doing it until x is no longer less than 3. So if this is true, so 2 is less than 3, 1 is less than 3. Let's make this greater than. That way it runs multiple times, has a greater chance of running multiple times. The reason you want to use this over while loop is when you need the loop to run at least once. If you need to run at least once, you should use a do while loop, because a while loop does not necessarily run at least once. All right, let's run through this code. Let's see if this works like we think it does. So you can see 7, 8, 6, 2. 2 is no longer greater than 3, so it ended. And that is the end of this lesson.